I've been real intentional lately about getting my finances together, even though I make $25 an hour. And when I wrote everything down and looked at the numbers ain't numbering, the math ain't mathing, and I had to make a change. Now, this is not something that I want to do, but rather something that I have to do because honestly, you can't squeeze blood from a turnip. And I've tried to fight long enough, but hey guys, it's been a while. A lot has been going on. I've been fighting a cold and just a whole lot of, but today is the day that we are going to start moving. The boys are, in fact, gonna go with my sister. I just can't catch up. I don't know. So my parents are on their way over here to help me move some things. We're gonna start with moving all of the canned goods.
Bonquisha, come clean. You are being evicted. It's over. The economy. She says, I couldn't keep up. I had to send my sons with my mom and them. They coming to help me move. Single mom. She said, I make $25 an hour. I thought I was doing good, but I can't. She says, I can't keep up. All right, I can't keep up.
That's that poverty mindset. I know what she's talking about. When I worked at the water authority, when I when I worked for the municipality, I was making about that. And growing up in the hood, I don't know if y'all know, but that's the Mecca. Shoot, back in the day when the steel mills was open, that's what Uncle and them was making about $25 an hour without overtime way back then. So it was a good amount of money. But today, it's respectable for working folks. Don't get it twisted, but not trying to live the lifestyle of the lavish and comfortable. That's the problem. Can you survive off $25 an hour? You should.
Well, especially as a single person, she got at least 2 kids. Now you need $50 an hour. How do you achieve that? You make 25, he make 25. Simple math.
And she don't qualify for food stamps. See? No, you definitely don't qualify. That's crazy.
And stuff that we have in the storage, and then work our way out, get some boxes and things like that. The boys will be able to have their own room at my sister's house. She was like, I can make room somewhere else, but I don't know. I'm very, very angry, to say the least.
Because you done got addicted to penis juice, and now truth knocking you smooth across your damn forehead.
That's truth knocking her across her head. He said, maybe I can go stay at my sister's house. She said, I can come stay. You know, it's that time of year. I just told y'all. A lot of consolidation. We've been talking about this for years and years. A lot of this stuff just is starting to come true. People are going to have to consolidate, like we talked about the Willy Wonka and the chocolate factory and that family. It got to come together. And that's how I grew up. I remember when I was a kid, you know, maybe like 3 or 4 years old, young. My youngest years from birth all the way up to about 3, 4, all my family lived damn near in the same house. My mama, her sisters, all their kids, we all lived in damn near the same house. And then, you know, they start being able to get, you know, poverty apartments and stuff in the projects. And that's how they was able to separate. But I can remember living in the house with my aunties and my cousins and them as a kid. It's pictures, it's documented. But we're going back to it.
Mr. X been telling me this before he ever had a chance to tell y'all. And you right. Yeah, I got that Charlie's house from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory from you saying that. We was going somewhere and you said, we've been talking about this stuff, man. And he said, folks will have to start consolidating again. He said years ago. And I was okay. And here we are. It's happening. That's why I'll be sitting here just amazement, because we've been concerned with the position of our people, believe it or not. That's why this comes so naturally. And we hate to see, we are in the I told you so season, but it's not fun. This ain't fun. See it. We wish it wasn't so. It would have been nice if this didn't come to pass.
And I was going to say, we witnessed this stuff in our own families. All right. I know a lot of people come in the chat, but we ain't rich. We ain't that far removed. Shout out to my mama and my sister and them. We going through it. We see this stuff right now. But some folks, you can't save everybody. We up here doing this stuff for years. Either people gonna listen or they ain't.
And you know what? Maybe it's a little selfish on our parts trying to blow the whistle. Cause like Miss X said, this ish comes back on us. You know, we love being in position to help. I know I do, but god dang, like it is what it is. Everybody need help. We are the black sheep, you know, but we out here, we work, we stay employed. So people always need $50 till Friday.
Yeah, so let's get to moving. Because of the notices and me reaching out to different programs and my checks just not being enough, I feel like it's best for me to turn in my keys before I get the eviction papers. The landlord who I've been in contact with said that they're in the process of doing all of that paperwork, but I read that if I get the eviction, then that can go on my credit and make it harder for me to
Yes.
get a place versus me turning in my keys.
Shout out to technology. This wasn't always a thing. Now, shout out to my guy Jay Prince. He was going through this. And he was trying so hard not to get evicted. He was scrounging up money from the church. He said, because he said, I can't let this go on my record or I'm screwed for at least 2 years. So that eviction will go onto your credit report. And if I'm somebody renting out an apartment and when I'm asking you, I'm running your background check, it is going to show up that you have an eviction. And that thing stays on there for 2 or 3 years or maybe more. So now you being redlined, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, you ain't moving in one of my rentals and you got eviction. Why would I do that to myself? 7 woo. Listen, it is what it is. What vehicle repos and evictions outside of bankruptcies have got to be the worst things on your credit score. My goodness. You refuse to make timely payments on your transportation and you can't keep a roof over your head. Now, it's not funny. You in bad shape. You got to figure it out. And look at her trinkets. I can't feel sorry for none of these folks. I've been homeless before, and they got too much ish. I'm a minimalist at heart. They got too much stuff. Ain't nobody feeling you got ring lights. You got your shiny bedazzled headboard. Get out my face, man. Where your futon at?
Well, I would say right now, what we are witnessing is that the C-19 economy, the PPP scam economy, everything is bottoming out. Everything. Hold on tight.
There you go. Repos hitting new record. Shout out to Soul Reaver. It's so bad that in our neck of the woods, they're about to build a used car mega center. Yeah, I don't know. Y'all look for some deals because we in the backwoods. That's the nice thing about all this, because ain't nobody, listen here, we'd be the last places to get invaded. We back in the country. Nobody care about us. We got it's about to be a used car super center. And guess what's fueling it? The repos, man. I'm interested. We're gonna see what's out there.
Well, these banks right now are trying to work with Bonquisha and them. Right now the banks are like, you know what? They repoing so many cars. They now trying to, negotiate with the people getting their car repo. Like, look, all right, we can defer a few months. All right, we can extend your loan a couple years. We can do some things. All right, we're trying to keep you in this car because if we take it back, we're going to have to send it to an auction and sell it at a much lower rate.
I'd rather just keep you running on the hamster wheel. Wow. Predatory at best. But what can Bonquisha do? Either they're going to take your car or you're going to end up paying on this car for another 10 years. You're going to end up paying $150,000 for a Nissan Sentra. Oh!
So I'm going to turn in my keys because the amount I owe, I cannot just catch up. And I was getting some monies, but the landlord was saying that all that would do is help my balance that I owe just be less, not stop the process. And this is what I got on my door, so you guys know it's real. It's several pages that they put on the door. Like, it's real. So I'm just going to turn in my keys this week, Saturday. Hopefully by then I still don't have like the court papers and I haven't been served, so that way it doesn't go on my credit. I was waiting for a miracle to happen in conjunction with working and things like that, and it's not happening. So I have to do the next best thing. I'd rather have a balance that I have to pay and make payments on that.
Shout out to JP. This is a real thing. I was watching them live. So they like, look, there's a period between them serving you the papers and the actual eviction process. So they letting you know, look, you've been a month late. We're kicking you out on such and such a date. Give us our money. And then they'll show up here. Here's 500. I'm going to start putting money on it. So y'all, no eviction. Y'all can't file this eviction paperwork. I'm paying on it. And I'm moving out. In her case, she moving out. But he's still, but she moving out. She said, now it's just a bill. I owe y'all, $2,800 or whatever it is. So I'm going to pay that down and I'm going to move out y'all property. Don't file no evictions. Let's just call it square. And a lot of times they'll work with you, because they want their bread.
There you go. That's the only reason, because they want that bread. Especially you owe more than the security deposit is. It's a lot. 2,500, 2 racks, 15. She ain't got it. Yeah, she ain't about to come you down bad. You moving it. She is essentially homeless once she leave here. If she get $2,500 put in her hand, you think she about to go hand it to this landlord? The answer is no. She ain't paying. But I it's tough though, because she can't just buy. I ain't paying it, because now you got to find another place. And if you don't pay this, you get an eviction. It seemed like it should be an easy decision, but what I'm trying to explain is it's not. She gonna be holding that $2,500, sweating. She gonna be like, "Ooh, should I pay this, or should I go stunting at H&M?"
That part, because she at their mercy. Like you say, she's still up under that lease, and there's a timeline. They say, I want my money by X and X a date. They ain't about to let the time expire, and then they can't file eviction or anything. So they say, look, we'll give you another 30 days to give us our money, or 2 weeks, or whatever it is. But I need my money.
And hopefully that doesn't go on my credit, and just make payments versus having a judgment on my credit, which will make it really, really hard for me to make it. I don't know what else to do. I don't know. Sometimes I question, was this the right path? And it's kind of sad to say. I know it is, but I don't even know the lesson in any of this. I don't know the lesson at all. And I've been asking, what is the lesson? What am I supposed to learn? What am I supposed to do? Which direction?
You got some music going. Oh, here's her parents. Look, she got dogs. Her mom and dad showed up to help her move. She got 2 little dogs in there, little chihuahuas. She in this apartment that probably costs $2,200 a month. This that COVID living, man.
Y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much.
And we started this off. The whole discussion, Mr. Walker, these women need to be up under instruction. I said this is the most important time in history to have a man. And we follow that up with this woman, living proof.
You got it. Men are needed. Men are more than just wallets and weenie. Like, we are here. We get this Y chromosome makes us extremely practical and sensible. When we think of ideas, no matter how good they sound, we think of what could go wrong. For the betterment of the group, you got to think about the pros and the cons. When these sisters be by themselves without any instruction, they only think about the good. Woo, I'm gonna get my fresh new place. I'm gonna have some freedom. It's gonna be lit. I'm gonna be able to hunch when I want, as long as my mama watch her grandkids. Don't think about, can you afford to live here if you lose your job or get a decrease in pay? That type of stuff never crossed their mind. Shout out to my father-in-law. Like, you are overkicking your coverage and living outside your means. They be buying cars, apartments, and if they don't work a certain amount of overtime, they start to go into the red. They be budgeting off of overtime pay. Wicked.
So here we go. As y'all can see, like I said, she got dogs. Look at her. She ain't nothing to write home about. So I was sitting here like, why ain't she got a man? You need to go to the damn gym. This ain't it.
Blowed out, lazy. Y'all lazy. Look at butt getting
That's
off.
her mama. And then her dad. What do we say about her dad? He up in here. Look, she got tattoos everywhere. He helping her move. This is a modern hyena. This is a Kendrick contestant. We showing y'all behind the scenes, all right? Before we had y'all at the counter. Y'all was at the counter ordering off the menu. Now y'all back in the kitchen watching us cook the food. You're welcome.
Here we go. If this is a daughter, this is their daughter. She ain't got no bastard kids. She launched, gave it her best. Things ain't just work out because that happens. This is a different story. Now this looks wholesome, right? Because the babies can always come home. But now when you go out to the world making bastard children, moving all fast, living outside your means, I would have to imagine her father said, hey, don't be getting those two little dogs in that apartment. Don't do this. I would have to imagine, but if they enabled her, that's what this is. I don't know these people, but they most likely enable her. They just there helping. I don't know.
Well, this is it. Yeah, the burden of a father, man, that's wild and wicked. So,
because I ain't just about to be in here helping and you moving like this, because we taught you better. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Listen, this is my opinion. What do I know? I was raised without a father, but I know something. Oh, what you say, Dad? Come on, there you go. Somebody got to be upset.
He's got some music going. Dad down bad. He trying to make sure he don't get rationed off some coup de cotta. Now he like, yeah, my wife. He probably told his wife he's sick of it, but hell, it's unfortunate. Look, she got big, strong sons, and it's unfortunate, man. Look, she's showing damage. She ain't gonna get that security deposit back.
So thus far, we got some of the stuff packed and most of the food packed. So
where she was living. Look at that. Them is nice digs. We from the projects. I don't know.
Where's she at? She out in California or Arizona somewhere.
She got one. She had one of the places where they got the covered look. Man, she's spending too much money. Y'all tripping. Y'all want these modern amenities. Look at that. What the?
Yeah, at least $2,000 a month. And probably more than that. 2,500, $3,000.
25 to 3. Ain't come on. Yeah, I know what that's about. Anytime you see them covered car deals, you either on the college campus, it's either campus living or it's expensive living.
Another hour or two packing up, and then I think that's it for the day because I'm tired and my multivitamins and energy is draining. The lighting is horrible, but I'm becoming overwhelmed, and my energy is draining.
And these be the kind of women, she about to go 0 dark 30. All right, her friends ain't about to see her for a while. She about to move in with her sister. Look, she humiliated and embarrassed. Humble pie. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need no man. Look at that face.
Because you done got addicted to penis juice, and now truth knocking you smooth across your damn forehead.
She being kind of sweet about it, right? Huh? Kudos to her on that. I don't know, what she been talking mess. I don't know how she's been talking up here before this. I don't know if she one of these proud hubris-filled hyenas. But when you move through life and you got some humility about you, it's easy to bounce back from these lows because people don't want to taunt you. But when you are a raging, spiteful, wicked hyena like Kundra, it's fun to poke at you when you're down. So don't be a hyena.
And I have to get better for school tomorrow. My dad's actually dropping off more containers. I wanted boxes, but he feels like these containers will be better, so he bought them. My car is completely packed. Guys, I just don't know what to say or how to feel. This is absolutely crazy. I feel like I have failed tremendously. Oh, for sure.
You have. I mean, there are measures. I mean, we can measure this. You are being evicted. Failure. Period. I mean, we can't sit here and play with it. I mean, granted, if you was in an accident or, ill or something, no, you able-bodied. You said you was making $25 an hour, and maybe at some point you did have a man or you were selling coup de cotta, who knows? But you got overwhelmed. Maybe your parents was helping you. The economy has shifted. Food stamps ain't coming. We about to document this probably for the next 6 months, it's gonna uptick. What's the fallout? Shout out to Leon. 7 women to 1 man. We're about to go to a world where 1 man, 7 women. You don't have to marry them all concubines. So it's unfortunate.
Here we are. We are in the season of I told you so. I keep telling y'all so. We listen. At some point, it says we got to put together some type of compilation because we have been telling them this over a year, and now we are here. My point is saying is, when are y'all gonna start to listen, and who will y'all listen to? Y'all won't listen to folks born with a silver spoon in their mouth because you don't feel as if they can relate. I understand. You didn't listen to Kev. All right, glory to the Godfather, may he rest in power. And y'all won't even listen to Project Crack Babies that come from the muck of the gutter. Who will y'all listen to? Nobody. So guess what? We told you so.
So as far as this woman, shout out to Leon. You got another one.
Leon, you up, brother?
I want to see my girlfriend. Who wants to see my girlfriend?
No, we don't.
That's my baby.
Yes, Lord.
Wow, Leon. Wow.
That's my baby. Look, me and her are doing our hair on a Saturday night. That's what the good girls do. I'm 56, motherfucker. I'm doing my hair. I'm going to church in the morning. I'm going to drink the wine and eat the cracker. I might do a Holy Ghost dance. But that's where I'm going to be. And if you want me, you're going to want that square life. You're going to want that boring life. You're gonna want that life where the lights are on and the rent is paid and there's food in the refrigerator